Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingnay Tim Hokip bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include fresh gun battle erupted between two rival groups in Jiribam district. Ko2 spokesperson alleged bias against Kuki community in Manipur, News X exclusive. Israeli strikes kills 105 in Lebanon. Hezbollah's 7 commanders killed in a week. News in details. A fresh exchange of fire took place between Kuki and Meitei armed groups in Manipur's Jiribam district on Saturday. A police officer said, adding that no casualties, however, have been reported so far. The police officer said that two armed groups intermittently fired against each other at the Mongbung village in Jiribam district, which shares border with Assam. Though the exchange of fire continued for several hours, no casualties have been reported yet. Women, children, and elderly persons have taken shelter in safer places due to the firing, the official said. Later, security forces have been rushed to control the situation, the official added. Jiribam district has been more or less violence-free since the ethnic violence broke out in Manipur since May last year, but intermittent incidents of violence have been taking place in the mixed-populated district since June this year. The Manipur police in a statement said that search operations and area dominations were underway by security forces in the fringe and vulnerable areas of hill and valley districts. Security forces have been ensuring the movement of passenger and goods-laden vehicles along the two vital national highways, National Highway 37 and National Highway 2. Strict security measures were taken up in all vulnerable locations, and security convoys were provided in sensitive stretches in order to ensure free and safe movement of vehicles. A total of 109 nakas or checkpoints were installed in different districts of Manipur, both in the hill and the valley, to curb violations of law and movement of inimical elements. Amid the two-day shutdown announced by the Kuki community demanding Union Territory status, NG Lun Kipgen, spokesperson for the Committee on Tribal Unity Ko2, recently alleged discrimination against the Kuki community in Manipur on Saturday. Speaking in a News X program with editor Devika Chopra, which explored Kuki's demands for Union Territory, the Ko2 spokesperson said, "See, it stems from the nepotism that the state government has been instituting towards the minority. It reflects in itself that even the chief minister, who is supposed to be the head of the executive, has been very biased towards the minority communities." During the debate, he also revealed that they had completed 2 days of total shutdown to express their resentment over the false claims of 900 militants entering Manipur. In fact, today, we have just completed 2 days of total shutdown to show our resentment against the fabricated news of 900 Kuki armed militants from Myanmar, and subsequently, even the DZP and the security advisor have refuted those claims made by the office of the chief minister. Meanwhile, on Friday, security forces recently seized large cache of weapons and explosives from Kangpokpi and Churachandpur districts. As a part of joint operation, improvised projectile launcher, known locally as a Pumpi, was discovered. Besides Pumpi, 11 unexploded bombs weighing approximately 1.5 kg each and 10 empty shell casings was also discovered, thus reflecting the presence of a continued heavy weaponry in the region. Manipur Chief Secretary Dr. Vinit Joshi visits Moreh town today, the 30th of September. During his visit, the Chief Secretary met with prominent leaders of the town, where they discussed various issues affecting the peaceful existence and development of the town. Kai Kulal Haukip, President Hill Tribal Council Moreh, during the meeting handed over a memorandum to the Chief Secretary. Various other CSO leaders also shared their views and opinions during the meeting. Representatives from the Tamil Sangam, Nepali, Pangal, Punjabi, and other tribes settling for business purposes in the town were also given platform to express the sufferings and hardships they had to endure due to the state crisis. They talk about problems of food and money scarcity due to the halting of the international trade, as well as flowing in of goods from other sources, which greatly affected their business and livelihood as well. The members who attended the meeting with the Chief Secretary strongly request the Chief Secretary to remove all CDO stationed in the town, since they feel unsafe in the area where CDO are stationed, and that they greatly hamper movement and also affect the daily life of students. The main points that were written in the memorandum submitted to the Chief Secretary of Manipur by the CSOs of More includes: first, since the boulder trade has been completely halted, issues of special package assistance by the central government to the More citizens through HTC. Second, for the success of Aegis policy and Kaladan multi-transit projects, Kuki's political demands had to be met in full length, since these two dream projects involve the Chin Kuki Mizo territories. In India, the two projects include More and Mizoram, in Myanmar, Sagang and Chin State, and in Bangladesh, the Chittagong Hill tracts, which are all occupied by the Chin Kuki Mizo brethren. Third, to construct a proper fencing between the inhabited areas of the Kukis and Meiteis for a total separation. They also speak about how unnecessary the Indo-Myanmar border is. Fourth, to open another center in More and Technopal and to remove the CDO from their districts, as well as to not initiate any resettlement policy in More until the Kukis' political solution are met by the central government. On September 28, 2024, at 7:35 p.m., VDF personnel Let Min Se, Son Kho Reng Kho Son, and Chung Kho, who were on duty at Gamnom Supermena police station, displayed remarkable bravery. While on patrol, they intercepted two individuals, Kam Kho Hovum, 39, son of Hen Kam, resident of Saron Beng, and Hen Gin, 37, son of Seizahao, resident of Nazareth Beng Motbung, mistakenly happened to cross the buffer zone at Gamgi Pai. On being informed about the incident, the four VDF personnel who were on duty rushed to get back the two people where they intercepted them at Santipur and bring them back safely and unharmed. OC Gamnom Saparmena Thangpu Kipgen and other officers commended the VDF personnel for their bravery and rewarded them with Rs 1,000 each. The OC praised their dedication to duty, stating that their actions exemplify the highest standards of professionalism. Their bravery has earned appreciation from the public, and their exemplary service has set a benchmark for others to follow. Director General of the Border Security Force (BSF), Daljit Singh Chowdhury, concluded a two-day visit to Manipur, focusing on the current security landscape amid rising tensions in the region. His visit from September 28 to 29, 2024 included a thorough review of operational preparedness and interactions with personnel on the ground. During his stay, DG Chowdhury engaged with troops across multiple BSF deployments, commanding their dedication to restoring peace in the volatile state. Your relentless efforts are crucial in maintaining stability here, he remarked during a visit to BSF Koi locations in Suknu, Kakching district, where he met with commanders and troops. The DG was briefed by SH Ravi Gandhi, ADG BSF Eastern Command, on the prevailing security situation and discussed strategic operations with IGBSF MNC Frontier and DIG BSF Sector CI Manipur. Further stating the importance of training, DG Chowdhury visited the subsidiary training center in Chorchandpur, where he inaugurated the Narendra Kumar training shed, honoring the memory of late Constable Narendra Kumar, who lost his life while on duty in More town. The facility is set to accommodate 800 trainees. In an address at a Sainik Sammelan attended by 750 trainees, Chowdhury encouraged them to develop into not only skilled soldiers but also commendable citizens. The General Assembly of Churachandpur and Firjol District's Education Employees Union (CPDEEU) was held today at Synod Hall, IB Road, starting at 11:30 a.m. Andrea Sanching, EM of CPDEEU, presided over the event. Ji Hup Chintang, EM of CPDEEU, was the chief guest, while Niekhu Hau Haukip, Vice President of the organization, and Pumsong Hangsing, President of the organization, also graced the occasion. The union members discussed improving education and resolving issues. They also emphasized the need for a new education policy and expressed concerns about various challenges. The Union Secretary and Finance Secretary presented reports, followed by an interaction and discussion session led by Niekhu Hau Haukip. Resolutions were adopted and declared with H. Son Kulam Gangte, Assistant Secretary of CPDEEU, and N. Tangkugin facilitating the proceedings. Today's agenda included discussions on welfare fund, pension cum gratuity, PCG and DCH increment, frequency and amount of fund contribution, and other related matters. NES Lamka survey reveals alarming substance abuse among high school students. A recent survey conducted by NES Lamka has uncovered disturbing trends of substance abuse among high school students in Lamka. The survey, which targeted students from class 7 to 10, revealed that 62% of respondents had indulged in substance abuse. The survey, conducted in May and July 2024, involved 679 students. The results showed 339 boys and 340 girls had included in substance abuse. Class 7 students accounted for 84 girls and 92 boys. Class 8 had 98 girls and 95 boys. Class 9 had 73 boys and 79 girls. Class 10 had an equal number of boys and girls. Substance abuse include use and consumption of alcohol, tobacco products, brown sugar, WY tablets, weed, cocaine, dendrite, petrol, opium, heroin, and other tablets. Key findings states that 77% of class 10 students had indulged in substance abuse. 27% of the drug addicts started indulging in this substance after the conflict with the Maytay. Social media influenced 14% of substance abusers. 67% blame peer pressure, 39 cited psychological issues, 26 cited self-esteem issues. Family dynamics played a significant role, according to key findings. 71% of students from single-parent households abuse substances. 70% due to families' responsibilities. 64% from families due to unhealthy relationships between parents and children. Economic factors also contributed. 73% from families earning below Rs 40,000 per month. 71% from families with uneducated fathers. 76% of the abusers feel guilty about their indulgence with drugs, while 17% had no sense of guilt and remorse over their indulgence in drugs. Vumchinpao Tonsing, Chief Medical Officer Lamka, commended NES Lamka efforts. The survey's findings were presented at the Evangelical Baptist Convention Lamka South Division Baptist Youth Fellowship on September 20, 2024. The GPRN/NSCN faction, led by N. Kitovi Jimomi, held its second oath-taking ceremony on Saturday, officially inducting 170 new members into its ranks. The induction saw recruits from various factions, including the Kehoy camp, reaffirming their commitment to the Naga cause. During the ceremony, Jimomi addressed the gathering, revisiting key moments in Naga history. He recalled the Naga plebiscite of May 16, 1951, where over 99% of Nagas voted for independence following their declaration on August 14, 1947. He noted the hardships faced during the subsequent deployment of Indian troops from 1951 to 1961, which intensified the Naga struggle for sovereignty. Jimomi criticized the 16-point agreement, which led to Nagaland statehood, for excluding key underground leaders. He emphasized the divisions it caused among Nagas, contributing to internal conflicts and the eventual split within the NSCN in 1988. Despite the hurdles, Jimomi highlighted efforts for peace, including the signing of a ceasefire with the Indian government in 2000. He also discussed the 2007 to 8 attempts to unify NSC and factions and the subsequent formation of the Naga National Political Groups in 2017, which led to the signing of the agreed position with the Indian government. R.M. Lotha, GPR and NSC and President, urged the newly inducted members to be prepared for future challenges, emphasizing the group's readiness for a peaceful resolution of the Naga issue. The ceremony concluded with prayers and blessings for the new members. Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke to Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge to inquire about his health hours after the Rajya Sabha MP fell ill during an election rally in Jammu and Kashmir on Sunday. Addressing a public rally in Katwa district, Kharge felt dizzy and was helped into a chair by his colleagues on stage. He continued his address after getting medical assistance and reassured party supporters, saying he would not die until PM Modi is removed from power. These people never wanted to conduct the elections. They only started preparing for elections after the Supreme Court's intervention, Kharge said. We will fight to restore statehood. We are not going to leave it. I am 83 years old. I am not going to die so early. I will stay alive until PM Modi is removed from power. I will listen to you. I will fight for you, the Congress chief said in his address. Kharge further accused the BJP of allowing outsiders to dominate key sectors like mining and liquor contracts in Jammu and Kashmir. Why has the BJP delayed restoring statehood when they hold all the power? The people of Jammu and Kashmir deserve better governance, and the BJP has failed to deliver, he said. Modi ji is shedding crocodile tears for the future of the youth in Jammu and Kashmir. The reality is that in the last 10 years, the youth of the entire country have been pushed into darkness, and Modi ji himself is responsible for this, Kharge alleged. Kharge was campaigning for Congress candidate Thakur Balbir Singh from Jas Rota ahead of October 1 polling. A group of 4 friends was killed after their car was hit by a truck in Noida on Sunday night. One person from the group suffered injuries and is currently hospitalized. The residents of Delhi had come to Noida for dinner. They were returning to Delhi when the loaded truck hit their car. 2 people died on the spot while 2 others died in hospital. The men were allegedly drunk and were driving the car rashly. DCP Noida Rambadan Singh said a speeding car carrying 5 men collided with a tractor in the area of Sector 1011 last night. 2 people died on the spot while 3 injured were admitted to the hospital. The men were driving rashly and it appears that they were drunk. A total 4 people have died in the incident. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath offered condolences to the families and wished the injured a speedy recovery. The Chief Minister has ordered officials to ensure proper medical care for the injured and is actively coordinating with the local administrator to assist the victims' families and address road safety concerns, officials said. The bodies have been sent for post-mortem. The police have registered a case and seized the tractor involved in the incident. The Haryana BJP has expelled 8 rebels from the party days ahead of the October 5 assembly elections. The leaders have been expelled for 6 years after they filed nominations as independent contesting against leaders of the BJP including Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini. A statement by the state party chief Mohanlal Badoli said the list includes former minister Ranjit Chautala, who had quit the post after he was denied ticket. Sandeep Gars, who had filed nomination to contest against Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini from Latwa, was expelled as well. All 8 have been expelled for 6 years. The other 6 expelled leaders are Jilay Ram Sharma, who is contesting from the Asant seat, former Minister Bachan Singh Arya from Safido, Radha Alawat from Meham, Naveen Goyal from Guragon, and Kehar Singh Rawat from Hatin, and former MLA Devendra Katyant. Eddie Ranjit Chautala had decided to quit the party after he was denied the poll ticket from Rania, the seat he represented in assembly as an independent MLA. Having stepped down from the assembly before joining the BJP ahead of the May-June Lok Sabha election, he contested from his seat but lost. The Congress too is facing rebellion. Recently, it expelled its rebel candidate, Chitra Sarwara, who is contesting as an independent in Ambala cantonment against the BJP's former minister, Anil Viz. On Friday, the Haryana Congress expelled 13 leaders for anti-party activities over their decision to contest the polls as independent candidates. Yesterday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had taken a swipe at the Congress, questioning how a party that cannot bring unity among its leaders can bring stability to the state. Where there is Congress, there can never be stability. How can a party that cannot bring unity among its leaders bring stability in the state? There is a fight going on within the Congress as to who will become the chief minister, PM Modi said at a Jan Ashirwad rally in his city. The BJP has been in power in the state for the last 10 years and is hoping for a third straight term in the coming election. Elections are due for the 90-member Haryana Assembly on October 5. The counting of votes will be held on October 8. Rangpuri in southwest Delhi has been rocked by the discovery of the decomposed bodies of 5 members of a family, a man and his 4 daughters, all in their 20s, in their third-floor flat, days after he is suspected to have poisoned them and then himself died by suicide. The motive is still unclear, but 50-year-old Hiralal Sharma's family seems to have withdrawn from social interactions after his wife died on cancer about a year ago. The frail health of his daughters, Neetu 26, Nikki 24, Niru 23, and Nidhi 20, and the fact that at least 2 of them suffer from some form of disability must have weighed very heavily on the mind of Hiralal, who worked as a carpenter. The bodies were found on Friday, though all 5 are suspected to have died on September 24, once again underlining the impersonal nature of neighbors in the city where the assurance of society acting as a safety net has all but vanished. The building has 3 floors with 7 flats each, where 21 other families also live, but no one had any interaction with them. A resident, Rinki, said Hiralal's wife Kanti Devi had been the only one who interacted with the neighbors, and her death had virtually cut off the family from everyone. The incident came to light when building owner Nitin Chauhan was told by someone that a foul smell was emanating from the flat. Chauhan called up the cops after he went knocking but got no response. The police forced their way in and found Hiralal's body on a cot. His daughter's body were on a bed in another room, all showing signs of having decomposed. The cops have recovered CCTV footage showing Hiralal carrying a packet of sweets while entering the building on September 24, the last time he was spotted in public. The packet has been sent to a forensic lab to determine if the sweets were laced with poisons and have been given to his daughters. A red thread found tied around the neck and waist of all 4 sisters has led the police to probe if some religious or occult practice was behind the tragedy. A blade, possibly used by Hiralal to slit his wrist, was also discovered. A relative, Gudiya Sharma, told TOI that all the daughters had completed their graduation in different fields, indicating that the family had once pursued dreams, but things went horribly wrong, sending them down the spiral of death. Police are investigating the case as a murder-suicide with preliminary evidence suggesting poisoning as the cause of death. A medical board has been constituted for conducting the autopsy, which could shed new light. The Israeli military on Sunday said it had killed another high-ranking Hezbollah official in an airstrike as the Lebanese militant group was reeling from a string of devastating blows and the killing of its overall leader, Hassan Nasrallah. The military said Nabil Kob, the deputy head of Hezbollah's Central Council, was killed on Saturday. Hezbollah confirmed his death, making him the 7th senior Hezbollah leader slain in Israeli strikes in a little over a week. They include founding members who had evaded death or detonation for decades. The Israeli military said it carried out another targeted strike on Beirut later on Sunday, with details to follow. Hezbollah began firing rockets, missiles and drones into northern Israel after Hamas' October 7 attack out of Gaza triggered the war there. Hezbollah and Hamas are allies that consider themselves part of an Iran-backed axis of resistance against Israel. Israel responds with waves of airstrikes, and the conflict has steadily reached up to the brink of all-out war, raising fears of a region-wide conflagration. Israel says it is determined to return some 60,000 of its citizens to communities in the north that were evacuated nearly a year ago. Hezbollah has said it will only hold its rocket fire if there is a ceasefire in Gaza, which has proven elusive despite months of indirect negotiations between Israel and Hamas led by the United States, Qatar, and Egypt. According to Lebanon's Ministry of Public Health, 105 people were killed and 359 wounded in last 24 hours. On Monday, Israel carried out an airstrike on a Beirut apartment block. 4 people were killed in the attack, which marks in first such raid on the heart of city since the outbreak of the Gaza war last year, a Lebanese security source informed AFP. In Nepal, over 170 people have been killed and dozens missing due to heavy rainfall, which resulted in landslides and triggered floods across the country, officials said. The incessant rainfall over the past few days has raised water levels in almost all the rivers of the Himalayan country to dangerous levels. According to reports emerging from Kathmandu on Monday, the devastating weather condition has wreaked havoc in several provinces of Nepal, with capital Kathmandu and its surrounding areas bearing the brunt of the destruction. As per the rescue and police officials, 102 people were killed in Bagmati province while 52 people lost their lives in Kathmandu Valley. 16 deaths were reported from Kosi province, 5 people lost their lives in Madhya province. According to Nepali officials, the heavy downpours from the last few days have left a large number of people injured and displaced. Over 4,000 people have been rescued by the police, armed forces, and rescue teams. In addition to loss of lives, over 3,300 residential houses have been destroyed or partially damaged, while as many bridges have been washed away by the floodwaters across the country, cutting off vital transportation routes. Rescue operations across the most affected areas are ongoing as authorities are trying to locate the missing people. However, major roadblocks and continued rainfall are hindering efforts on the ground. The Nepali Home Ministry spokesperson has said that provincial governments, district disaster management committees, and local disaster management units are working together in response to the ongoing crisis. On the other hand, the Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs in a statement has said that Pakistan stands in solidarity with the government and people of Nepal in this moment of tragedy. We are deeply saddened at the loss of life and devastation caused by the floods in Nepal, the statement added. The bombs used by Israel in the airstrike carried out in Beirut that killed top Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah were American-made guided weapons, reported Reuters citing a U.S. senator. According to Mark Kelly, chair of the Senate Armed Services Airline Subcommittee, 2000 LB 900KZ Mark 84 series bombs, popularly known as bunker busters, bombed at Hezbollah headquarters last week. We see more use of guided munitions, JDAMs, and we continue to provide those weapons. That 2,000-pound bomb that was used, that's a Mark 84 series bomb to take out Nasrallah, he said, as quoted by Reuters. JDAMs convert a standard unguided bomb using fins and a GPS guidance system into a guided weapon. The U.S., a longtime ally of Israel, has been its biggest arms supplier, especially since the Israel-Hamas war began after the Palestinian militant group stormed into Israel on October 7, killing thousands of people. However, according to the White House, Israel had not warned them of the airstrike that killed Nasrallah in Beirut, and U.S. President Joe Biden only found out about it once Israeli planes were already in the air, reported The Guardian. The Israeli Defense Forces intensified its strikes on Lebanon recently and killing at least 7 Hezbollah commanders in a week's time. A day after Nasrallah's death in an Israeli airstrike in Beirut, the Iran-backed militant group also confirmed the killing of Nabil Koch, the deputy head of Hezbollah's Central Council. The group also said that another senior commander, Ali Karaki, died in the attack. Other Hezbollah commanders who died in the attacks are Ibrahim Akil, Ahmad Webe, Mohammad Surur, and Ibrahim Kobeisi. Meanwhile, Israel continued its bombardment of Hezbollah targets in Lebanon on Sunday, killing over 100 people in a day. According to Lebanon's health ministry, 105 people were killed and 359 wounded in the attack. 9 people are confirmed drowned and at least 48 are missing after a boat carrying migrants capsized off Spain's Canary Island overnight, rescue services said Saturday, September 28, the latest in a series of such disasters off the west coast of Africa. Sea rescue team said in a statement that they had answered a distress call of El Hierro, one of the islands in the Atlantic archipelago, shortly after midnight. They managed to save 27 people out of 84 on board. Anselmo Pestana, head of the Canary Islands Prefecture, said survivors had told their rescuers that the boat had set off from Nouadhibou in Mauritania, some 800 kilometers away. They also suggested that there might have been as many as 90 people on board. 4 of those rescued were minors, he added. Pestana was speaking from the port of La Estaca on El Hierro Island. The most critical part of the operation was when the rescue vessels approached the boat in distress, he told journalists, because it was vital that those on board had strike and craft stay calm. They had to follow the instructions of the rescue crews to ensure their vessels stayed balanced and did not capsize, he added. But as the migrants had gone 2 days without food or water, that probably contributed to the panic and the boat capsizing, he said. 5 ships, 3 helicopters, and 1 plane had taken part in the search and rescue operation, he added. The disaster follows the death of 39 migrants in early September when their boat sank off Senegal while attempting a similar crossing to the Canaries, from where migrants hope to reach mainland Europe. Thousands of migrants have died in recent years setting off into the Atlantic to reach Europe on board overcrowded and often dilapidated boats. The latest tragedy again underlines the dangerousness of the Atlantic route, Canaries Regional President Fernando Clavijo wrote on X. We need Spain and the EU to act decisively in the face of a structural humanitarian tragedy as lives are lost matters from Europe's southern border, he added. In late August, Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez visited Mauritania and the Gambia to sign cooperation agreements to crack down on people smugglers while expanding illegal means of immigration. As of August 15, 22,304 migrants have reached the Canaries since the start of the year, up from 9,864 in the same period the previous year. Almost 40,000 migrants entered the Canaries in 2023, a record on course to be broken this year as easier navigation conditions from September 10 to lead to a spike in crossing attempts. The Atlantic road is particularly deadly, with many of the crowded and poorly equipped boats unable to cope with the strong ocean currents. Some boats set off from African beaches as far as 1,000 kilometers from the Canaries. The International Organization for Migration, a UN agency, estimates that 4,857 people have died on this road since 2014. Many aid organizations say this is a massive underestimate. Caminando Fronteras, a Spanish NGO that aids migrants, says 18,680 have died trying to reach Europe. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.